Hi everyone, and welcome to this yoga routine for the feet and ankles. This routine is perfect if your feet are feeling tired and tight and you're just craving a nice stretch for the feet and ankles. At the end we'll do a little foot massage, so just a little way to show our feet some TLC. We're going to start in toe squat, so you might either fold your mat to create a bit more padding, or you can have a blanket in underneath your knees. Now we're going to hold this for 2 minutes, but if you feel that it is too intense, or if you're feeling any pain within your ankles or knees, then please come out of the pose. You can always take a little rest and then come back into it. An alternative will be just to stand on the knees until you feel ready to come back down into your toe squat. So for toe squat, we're sitting on the mat like this, and then we're bringing the balls of the feet onto the mat. So our toes are tucked in underneath. You might need to adjust your little toes, maybe pulling them out, and then we're sitting back down onto our heels. If this feels quite intense, you can always sit onto a cushion or a yoga block, put it on or put it in underneath your hips. So let's settle into our toe squat. You might be starting to feel this nice stretch through the soles of your feet. And we want to make sure that the weight of the body is in the balls of the feet, not just into the toes. Let's find the breath, breathing all the way down into the ankles and into the feet. Each inhale delivering fresh oxygen to them, and each exhale getting rid of tension. You're doing really good here. Toe squat is a pose that you might need to build up to do that 1 or 2 minute hold. So don't worry if you do need to come out or if you do need to take breaks. It's definitely normal and completely encouraged. Toe squat is a really great way to strengthen the ankles and of course to open up the feet and the toes. There's a saying in Taoism that I often mention during this pose, and that is that open toes equal an open mind. So if you can keep those toes open, you can keep your mind open too. And with that being said, let's take 3 more big breaths in and out. And when you're ready, you can start to slowly release the pose, bringing the top of the feet back in underneath you if you can, and then sitting back down onto your heels. Now you can do whatever you need to do in this moment, but you might just sit like so, just allowing the body to digest everything that you've done. Maybe feeling all of that new energy around your feet and your ankles, and just knowing that it's rejuvenating everything right now. Now our next pose is called ankle stretch. We're going to do it sitting like so on the mat, but if you do need a cushion or yoga block, please feel free to sit on it. That's absolutely fine. Now we're sitting with our feet in underneath us, so the top of the feet are on the yoga mat. And this might be enough just to stay here like this. You might be feeling that stretch within your ankles. But if you do want to go a little bit deeper, you can mindfully bring your hands back behind you. Then keep your knees together and slowly lift them up into the air. We want to be really mindful of our knees here. If we do feel any pain, please come out of the pose. Otherwise, you're trying to feel that stretch within the front of your ankles and really all around the ankle joint. We're going to be here for just 1 minute or for however long feels right for you. Sending your inhale into that stretch you feel within your ankles, and knowing that each exhale is bringing that tension out. And if you can, keep your knees lifted nice and high, keep them together. Keep the focus of this pose in your ankles. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. And you can prepare to come out of the pose now, slowly walking your hands forward, bringing the knees back down. And then hands can come out in front of you. From here, we're going to come into downward facing dog. So the feet come back towards the back of the mat. Toes are tucked. Lift your knees and then drag your hips up and back. Now we won't worry too much about our alignment of downward dog here. You can do whatever works for you. Our focus will stay with the feet and the ankles. And from this position, you'll find that you can really get a nice stretch into your feet. So you can paddle them, bending your knees, maybe even swaying your hips from side to side. And you can also bring the top of your foot one at a time onto the mat, just to create that stretch through the top of the feet. And we're just going to stay here for a few more breaths. You can also just stay still in this pose. Keep pushing yourself away from your hands so your head comes a little bit closer to the mat. Point your tailbone up, keep your knees bent, and then try to press your heels towards the floor. Take 1 more big breath in and out. And when you're ready, both knees can make their way back down onto the mat. And you can come to sit with your legs out long in front of you. Now from here, we're just going to try our best to stretch our toes. Do whatever you can here, but really creating some space in between each toe. Stretching and releasing as many times as you need to. And you can also do some rotations of your ankles. You might hear some clicking. And I heard once that when joints click or pop, it's them saying thank you. So if you're feeling or hearing that right now, your feet are thanking you. Make sure you're rotating in every direction. You can keep stretching the toes as you do this. Now from here, we will do a little foot massage. So we're going to be sitting on the mat. You can sit on a cushion or a yoga block if you need to. And then take your right foot into your left hand. Now, if you can, you're going to put a finger between each toe. So we're kind of threading our fingers through our toes, just like those little things that we use for painting the toenails. If you're familiar with those, your hand is acting as that right now. And you can just gently squeeze the ball of your foot here. And now holding the right shin with the right hand and taking this foot across the left thigh, we're going to do some little rotations of the ankle. So just like you're churning a cheese wheel, not that we really do that these days, but just like you're turning a wheel of some sort. Nice gentle rotations, stretching each little fiber as you find them. And of course, switching directions so we go both ways. If you need to bend this left knee to create a bit more space, of course you can do that. You can also hold our right knee like a baby. And once you feel satisfied, you can release your fingers from in between the toes. And we're just going to do some really gentle pounding, oxymoron, but we're going to gently pound our right foot with our left fist. And getting all through the sole of the foot, the ball of the foot, heel, and even the sides can feel quite nice as well. Really waking up the foot, bringing all that energy back into it. And even though we're hitting the foot, we are really thanking it for everything that it's done for us. And then once you feel satisfied, you might have this left foot open like a telephone. Take your thumbs and just press your thumbs into the sole of your foot. And again, finding all of those little fibers that need some love, pressing them or rubbing them. Taking it all the way down towards the heel, working through both sides of the foot and in the middle of the foot. And then you might just squeeze your foot with both of your hands. Squeeze the toes. Really, really thanking it, sending all that love down to it. Also the ankle, you can bring your foot onto your mat and just like kind of play the recorder or some instrument, pressing all your fingers into your ankle, maybe even up into your calf as well. And then a little rub. And then we'll repeat with the other foot. So if you want to pause for a moment and just notice how your feet feel different, the one that has received the love and the one that hasn't yet. So of course we will repeat now with the left foot. So we're bringing our fingers in between all of the toes, gently pressing them down. And then when you're ready, making those ankles or ankle rotations. Getting rid of any little sticky spots within your ankle. And we'll switch directions. And if it feels good, you can squeeze your toes with your fingers and then release. From here then we are beating the left foot. Beating with love. I switched hands there. Of course, you can use whichever hand feels best to do so. And then holding the foot like a phone, doing those texting motions, pressing the thumbs into the sole of the foot. It's amazing to think that everywhere we have been and everything that we have done, it's our feet that have taken us there. We don't often, I think, show them the love that they deserve, but you're doing it now, so well done. Sending all that love into your foot. And then again, just like squeezing with both hands, giving your foot a hug, a hand hug. And then when you're ready, the foot can come back to the floor and you're doing your little recorder finger pressing motion into your ankle. Working up into the calf. A few more squeezes, a few more little presses, whatever you need. Stroking. I never thought I would just stroke my foot on camera, but here we are, stroking our foot. And when you're ready, you can send both legs out long in front of you again and really feel the difference you feel within your feet and your ankles. Maybe feeling all that love and that energy that you've created, and just know that they are reviving themselves now. They're resting. They're super grateful. So we'll end this little yoga practice by finding a seat, whatever way feels best for you. And we'll just have a quiet moment here. You can sit with your spine as tall as is comfortable for you. You might close your eyes or just relax your gaze. Tuck your chin slightly to your chest. And as you breathe in, pull all of this energy from your feet up into your entire body. And as you breathe out, let something go. A few more times like that. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly open up the eyes again. Thank you so much for joining me for this foot yoga routine. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I would love to practice with you again in the future. If you're interested in doing full-length yoga classes, I do that all inside of my YouTube membership, along with lots of other bonus content as well that will help you to go that bit deeper into yoga. So if you're interested in learning more, you can click the join button below this video. I'll see you again soon on the mat, but until then, take good care and goodbye.